Hi YouTube. So if you follow me on Twitter, you probably already saw that I announced the release date for my next book, Phantom Walk the Lost, which will be the first in a series that follows psychic Kurt Roberts. And if you've read Revolving Doors, you already know who this guy, a little bit about this guy anyway. But the release date will be October 31st of this year, which happens to be Halloween. And I can't be more happy with how Revolving Doors is doing. I'm glad that everybody seems to be enjoying it. And if you want a copy, you can follow me on Twitter, and which links directly to my author page on Amazon. You can get it either in Kindle form or paperback. But today I want to talk about a book that I've been excited to talk about it ever since I first heard about it. It's a book called Dirty Magic by Jaye. And what this thing is fantastic. I absolutely loved reading it, and I found out about it because I was listening to a podcast called Hide and Create, and Jaye made a couple of appearances on the show, and she started talking about this book that she had done called Dirty Magic, and it turns out there's I want to say there's three of them. I'm hoping there'll be more because I'm already stoked to read the sequels. But basically, Dirty Magic is kind of like a cross between every good cop show, Breaking Bad, and The Wire. However, instead of the drug dealers dealing, meth and cocaine and all that lovely stuff, they deal with potions and magic, and it's like after hearing her just talk about it, I was like, okay, I'm interested in this book. So the book follows a character named Kate Prospero, who is a detective in this city called Babylon. Obviously fictional, but not only is she a cop, she also has a brother that she has to take care of on her own because her parents are unfortunately deceased. And she finds out that there's this mysterious potion called Grey Wolf that kind of turns people into basically the dirty magic equivalent of the raving lunatics from 28 Days Later. Not necessarily zombies, just people that want to eat your face off and can't control themselves. It's kind of like magic bath salts, basically. But the world that she's built is the imagination put into it is like I can't even go into too much to describe it because I don't want to give anything away. But I like Dirty Magic because it's so creative, and the character Kate Prospero is like she feels very real, and there's a slight vulnerability because I mean she's only human, but just because she's female doesn't mean that she's weak. I mean we're in a time where this isn't the 1950s anymore, people. This is cool stuff. I mean we've got uh, women that kick butt, and women do kick butt. I think it's important that we have strong female characters. I mean, we've got Katniss Everdeen, and now the Wonder Woman movie is coming out soon, and Kate Prospero definitely holds her own. She sort of reminds me of Yancey Butler from the Witchblade TV series. That's just how tough she is. But of course, she's only human. It's her relationship with her younger brother, which she has to take care of. She has to not only be a sister but kind of a parent at the same time. And her brother is kind of interested in uh, how magic works, and kind of because Kate's past has a lot to do with cooking the potions, and she's hesitant to let him know about it because she doesn't want him to go down the wrong path, and it has a lot to do with what happened with their parents. But I think the relationship between the two really, really works. because it's like you got the badass cop, and then you got the person at home who cares about her brother very very much, and it's like you grow to care about these characters, and when they're in trouble, you give a shit. It's not like, oh, I can't wait for them to get axed, or oh, they're about to get killed. Awesome. It's, oh shit, Kate's in trouble. I hope she makes it out okay. But yeah, what a fantastic world. I mean, the city of Babylon is just, there's so many things that she can do with the sequels, and I don't know if she wrote Dirty Magic with the intention of having a series of books, but I hope it keeps going. I'm excited to read the other two, and it's like Kate Prospero definitely deserves some serious recognition. It's like this cover is really cool too. It kind of, it's very very impressive. It draws you into the story, and it kind of gives you the idea of what she's all about. It's like you see this woman on the cover, and it's like she's attractive, but you can tell there's a little bit of a darker side, and that's very well represented through another character that she has an obvious past with, and this guy's name is John Vosolos, and he's sort of the, if you're a DC person like DC Comics, you'll know what I mean when he's sort of like Maxwell Lord. He's sort of got his own double agenda, but at the same time, Vasolos, Volos, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but just call him John. John cares about Kate, but it's obvious that something happened in the past that caused them to kind of drift apart, because he's he's definitely got his feet wet in the magic world, and I think the idea behind it is great. I keep saying that, but the reason I keep saying that is because I mean it. Um, Dirty Magic is a book. It's like, even if you just read the first one, I think it's a book that everybody should read, because the story and the characters are so interesting, and the world just kind of pulls you in. It's really nothing like I've ever read before, and that's what I liked about it. Is there's some originality, and there's originality and heart, and it's kind of hard to, being an author myself. It's hard to be original sometimes. And even more so, being a filmmaker, it's hard to see the differences in the creativity. And Jay Wells does an excellent job setting up her own voice, and I like that she didn't go necessarily. Nothing against Harry Potter. I think Harry Potter is incredible, but I'm glad that she went kind of the potion where, if let's say there's a potion that makes you stronger, there's a potion that makes you slightly faster, or whatever. It feels very real. It's nothing like throwing lightning bolts at each other, making things levitate. I mean, there's some supernatural aspects to it, but it feels like this city could actually exist. And I like the darkness and the grittiness of it. And there is some good humor that breaks the tension, which I think is very very important to have in a book. And I cannot recommend this book enough. It's one of my favorites. It's something that I look forward to reading it again. I look forward to reading the sequels, and I hope Jay gets the recognition that she deserves. I definitely want to check out some of her other stuff. Make sure you follow her on Twitter. She's a lot. It's a lot of fun to see her tweets. She tweets about interesting things. Sometimes she'll post things about how she researched the book, and it's, if you're a writer, and even if you're just interested in this sort of stuff, follow her. She's amazing. In a lot of ways, she's really incredible, and I think she has a bright future ahead of her. She's gonna be one of the greatest authors of our time. I hope, I really, really hope so, because that's just the kind of level that she's at, and that's just from reading this one book. That's how much I enjoyed it, and that's it. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. I've got the links below. Don't forget, Famlock the Lost comes out on Halloween, October 31st of this year. And if you can't wait that long, or if you haven't gotten a copy already, you can get Revolving Doors on Amazon. Have a nice day.